Hey y'all, welcome back to Premiumscape. I'm Shane and this is
Chris. Although I think I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm sitting next to Mr. Premiumscape.
That is correct,
There we
Mr.
go.
Premiumscape. Are you ready to do some Let's Talk about it?
I am ready. I'm kind of a little bit sad and down on this one, guys, honestly, because this is the last one we do with Rise of the Valkyrie.
Hey, save the best for last, man.
I guess we sort of kind of did, but it is kind of sad because if you think back, Rise of the Valkyrie, this is what started it all for us.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of crazy that the ending figure just so happens to be Raelin, the Kyrie warrior. Once again, another figure that
we will talk about
still used to the day and is one of the greatest figures of all time. Now, she is also deep into lore.
Yeah.
She is a little bit of everything to do with heroscape. She is a Kyrie, which is what heroscape's own little creation is, the Kyrie.
Yeah. So, that and Morrow.
Yeah, that
they created Morrow too.
Yeah.
Now her card reads here, she's a Kyrie. And I can pronounce these things wrong, but that's okay. I'm like that.
Kyrie, whatever.
Yeah. As long as it's not Irving, we're okay. We got unique hero. She's a warrior. She's merciful. She's a medium 5. She has 5 life. She moves 6. She has the 1 range. She attacks 3. She defends 3. And her special abilities here, one of them is flying, which is normal nowadays. Right. They don't even put the wording on the new cards.
Yeah, just right flying, yeah, which it is self-explanatory.
Yeah. And then her other thing here, and this is big, okay? This is a big thing, honestly. And we'll explain to you why it is. She has the defense aurora. All figures you control within 4 clear sight spaces of Raelin add 2 to their defense dice. Raelin's defensive aura does not affect Raelin. And she's only, in the old days, back when it was good to play,
yeah,
she was 80 points.
80 points. Now she's 125.
She is a 125-point figure, which that's not a huge raise.
Nah, not too huge, but it could go down.
And you got to remember, she everybody within 4 clear sight spaces that's on her team, she's giving them 2 defense dice. That's really big.
It's hard to roll shields.
Well, sometimes it is, sometimes it ain't. But I mean, like, how many other things nowadays that even give figures +2 attack or +2 defense?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying there's not. Now there's none coming to my head right off the bat.
Yeah, they give 1 defense. I don't really know of anybody offhand that does 2 defense.
And that's probably why they jacked her points up to the 125, But yeah, and terribly good.
She is not what you use to attack with. She is a support figure.
Right.
You do not yank her out in the battlefield and get her killed. You keep her in the back lines. Now, of course, the other person's going to try to assassinate her. It would only make sense. But your job is to use her as support. Don't be stupid and yank her out there and get her killed.
Yeah.
Now, I used the new Raelin just recently in our battle videos, which is Raelin 3.0.
Yeah.
We had in the Swarm of the Marrow, Raelin 2.0. So there's 3 versions of Raelin, and this is our first.
And there's a 4th one getting ready to come out.
Yeah, there's a 4th coming out. But this is the first. This is 1.0. So if you ever see, Raelin Rise of the Valkyrie, or it says 125 points for Raelin Rise of the Valkyrie. That's why, because it's talking about this Raelin.
I think the other one's 120, the one that gives you a +1 defense within 6 range.
The Swarm of the Marrow one, yeah, that one's 120. She actually went up above it.
But like I said, she's got the 2 dice. So,
yeah,
so
she does have a less attack as the 2.0.
I thought they had the same.
No, she has like that whirlwind attack or something like that.
I forgot about that whirlwind. Yeah, she's got a special attack. Yeah.
She does have a special attack, so it makes her a little bit tougher there.
Does.
But now, the newest Raelin, Evil Raelin, is actually pretty cool.
She rides a saber-toothed tiger.
She lowers your defense to opponents. Yeah, she lowers the opponent's defense. So she's totally different. But we'll get to her in a future video. We're talking about this Raelin right now.
It'll be a while by the time we get there.
And this figure's still used today, even at 125 points. You'll still see people use her.
And that's why they upped her to 125 and didn't leave her at 80. If they left her at 80, you'd see her tons more than what you do.
Yeah, used in big battle games and small tournament maps, doesn't matter. she's good either way.
Now, I never got to use her a whole lot back in the day because obviously I was busy picking thorn and fins. So she was hardly ever, I hardly ever got to use her as my support piece.
Yeah, now I did use her quite a bit. I ain't gonna lie, I like using Raelin quite a bit.
I hate going against her.
Yeah.
Trying to get in there and get to her to get rid of that 2 defense.
I mean, when you pair her with a robot, you're asking for troubles.
Oh, yeah.
You pair her with a robot, you're asking for troubles.
Yeah.
Great figure. What you rank her?
Yeah, well, rankings aren't my thing. I don't guess.
She's S tier, y'all. If anybody puts a ranking video up,
we don't rank.
Yeah, I know we don't rank, but if anybody ranks anybody, they better make her S tier.
I think I heard somebody put her in the B or the C.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't. Somebody probably throw her like in an F. I'm sitting here like, really? You don't think?
Yeah, they're like, she doesn't tack very well at all.
Yeah, well, don't attack with her.
She has no range.
Yeah.
But, and that's another thing when you're making your army, guys, and you're using figures, look to what their powers are and use them to their better abilities.
Yeah.
Like if you pick her and you want her to go out there and fight on your front lines, you've wasted all those points. And shame on you for doing it.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. I mean, if you pick her and you go out there and just get her killed right off the bat. Now, if somebody assassinates you, that just means they're a good opponent.
Now, if they can get in there and do it without you being able to do anything about it, that's one thing. But if you're just going to march her out there on the front line, let me come get you. Yeah, that's on you.
And you'll see it happen. We've seen it happen. I mean, everybody's seen it happen. People do things like that.
I remember one of my little cousins, he used to love to pick her, and he actually picked Kelda. That word. And he would march them out on the battlefield together because he's like, she gives her +2 defense. Yeah. I'm like, okay. And she's like, and if she gets hurt, I'll have her heal her. Then you just kill Kate the Kyrie warrior because you get past that defense and then you can't heal her. But that was his tactic. He moved him out there. He's like, this one's too high defense for you to kill. And she'll keep on healing her. And I'm like, if that's what you want to do, man, I'm trying to tell you not to do that. But in his mind, that was a great strategy. I'll never forget that. Oh, and I could be wrong, but I want to say that was Cody that did that.
But for the Rise of the Valkyrie, for the last figure to be Raelin, I think you couldn't leave on a better note.
True. How much you think we should pay for a figure like this?
I would say anywhere from $5 to $7.
$5 to $7. That sounds good. I don't think I'd pay more than that. And guys, that's where the days of the good prices. This is the end of that, okay?
Yeah. And that's $5 to $7, even counting inflation, y'all.
Yeah, those just like when you think about the good old days, those good old prices are now gone. Because once we get going on to wave 1, the world changes quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is good to end on her on a good note. I guess she's probably the best one to end on the Rise of the Valkyrie set. It was a great set. It was the start of heroscape. You got into it. The first time I played it, I was instantly hooked. I mean, I'm serious. Like I said, my cousins is the one that had the game. They was like, hey, play this game with us. And, I had to sit and read the rules on the game because they were young. They didn't know the rules. So I read the rules, and I was like, it's kind of interesting. And we built a board. We each picked out, I think, about 200 or 300 point army at that time because all we had was the master set. And I think there was maybe 4 of us. I think it was like me, my 2 cousins, and my son. We played a quick game, and man, I was just like, this game is crazy. I went out and bought me a box of it. And it wasn't very much longer. That's when the wave 1 came. And in the beginning,
the commons.
And I didn't realize at the time I wasn't thinking that much about what commons were. So I was only buying 1 of everything. So the time I figured out, oh God, I need bunches of these men. Some of them done passed by, and it was a little too late to get muches of them. But I know it kind of feels like the end of an era because we're at the end of the Rise of the Valkyrie.
And we are at the end, y'all. We are at the end of Rise of the Valkyrie. Now that's the end of Let's Talk About It for Rise of the Valkyrie. But stay tuned for Wave 1, and then we'll keep going from there.
That's right.
We were going to go through every single figure except for only 3. Only 3 figures we won't talk about.
You're going to talk about Agent Sakara, Master Windu, and Samuel Jackson, right? Samuel Brown. Samuel Jackson. Lord have mercy. But now, according
Samuel Jackson's Agent Core.
Right.
We done talked about that.
Now, Renegade said that Samuel Brown is not a legit figure.
Yeah.
Because even though he was made as far as on paper, he was never actually made as a figure and a card.
Now, Master Winchu and Agent Sycam or whatever her name
They
is.
were actually
They
made.
are real figures, but we don't have them, and I ain't going to pay $300 for one.
Like I said, prices did change. So, guys, we can't wait to get to wave 1.
Yep.
Me and Shane will see you there. Like I like to tell you, I like to say, if you set those order markers right, you just might win that fight.
That's right. Peace out.